Now on 4 News Now at 6, a vote to crack down on public drug use in Spokane has been pushed back. Why one city council member says the delay is necessary.
We have more spring showers on the way, but I am tracking more than just rain. I'll let you know when you can expect some snow in the first alert forecast.
And the push to change your real estate tax when you sell your home in Washington. Why lawmakers say it could help solve the state's housing crisis. You're watching 4 News Now at 6 o'clock. Tonight, the debate over Washington's drug crisis continues, and a provision to crack down on drug use in public spaces in Spokane is in limbo. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Aaron Luna. This new ordinance could make public drug use in Spokane a gross misdemeanor.
The first hearing of that ordinance was scheduled for tonight, but it's been delayed for 2 weeks. Our Jordan Smith joins us live from downtown with more on what this provision would do and why those conversations are now on hold. Jordan.
Well, you mentioned it. The city council meeting is currently underway where this ordinance was originally slated to be discussed. But because the Washington legislature has proposed a similar policy, that's been put on hold. But the frustration is mounting here on the increased drug usage seen here in Spokane, and it's getting more difficult to ignore whether you're a resident or a lawmaker.
Not comfy at all. At all. When I came to downtown, especially at night, I scared sometimes.
Public drug use continues to plague the community.
We love this city, I told you. Like, we came to this place from North Africa because it was quiet and safe. Now it's not safe anymore.
City council members Cathcart and Bingle co-sponsored an ordinance that would restructure the way public drug usage is enforced in Spokane.
Open drug use in public spaces would be against the law, would be prohibited, potentially a gross misdemeanor. And then if you are openly using, our officers would be required to confiscate that.
But because the state legislature is working through a similar policy, council members put a pause on those discussions, as any state law would preempt city ordinances. Frustrations are mounting, though, on the enforcement of drug usage and possession in Washington state.
So the current state law says drug possession is a crime, but it says that the police, before they actually put someone in jail, have to give them 2 warnings.
According to City Council President Beggs, police have always had the power to confiscate these drugs. They're actively choosing not to.
But they haven't been doing that. They've just said, no, we don't like the law how it is, so we're not going to enforce it. And therefore, people are using drugs. If police see them, they're not seizing them.
But you're saying the police are seeing this, they're just choosing not to take action.
They are, because they don't like the idea that they have to give someone a warning first before they arrest them.
In a discussion Monday afternoon, Police Chief Meidel answered questions about that concern.
While it's not illegal to possess illicit drugs, we are still allowed to seize that because it's contraband, but there's no enforcement action.
And how often does that happen, that we see people using drugs and just seize their illegal drugs?
Right now, very little across the state.
And the legislative session is slated to end this weekend, so we'll likely have more clarity on how lawmakers want to push forward by the end of this week. In the meantime, though, it's likely we'll see some adjustment made to that 2-strike policy. In Spokane tonight, I'm Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, thank you. Good morning. Northwest anchor Derek Dice spent a morning with Spokane police to see firsthand what officers deal with day to day. And what he learned and what police say is the #1 issue facing downtown can be found in Derek's special report on KXLY.com.
Spokane police believe the man they arrested Saturday for a string of armed robberies may be responsible for a couple other robberies that happened earlier this month. 37-year-old Tyson Foster is in the Spokane County Jail tonight. Police say he robbed 4 businesses in North Spokane Saturday before being arrested in West Central. He's facing 6 counts of armed robbery, 4 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, and unlawful possession of a firearm in connection to previous criminal history. Well, some potentially good news for skiers and bad news for anyone who's feeling really, really cold still in April.
It's not all that bad. It just depends on how you look at it. We'll send it over to Chris Crocker with that first alert forecast.
I think even some of the die-hard skiers are ready for a little spring-like weather, and it has been a slow warm-up on our satellite and radar right now. We have just a few isolated sprinkles on the map with more wet weather coming in tonight and falling in a variety of forms. Here's a look at our forecast radar. As we get into the evening, rain will be the initial precipitation type, but here's 1 a.m. and we're going to start to see a transition over to snow with very little accumulation around Spokane. In fact, do not expect much of anything, up to an inch in some of the northern valleys. And we do have a winter weather advisory from 11 o'clock tonight until 11 o'clock Tuesday morning for the central panhandle for 1 to 3 inches of snow around the region. That is where it is most likely to be sticking. In your Tuesday planner, we'll start the day off at 33 degrees and we'll be dry by tomorrow morning with that precipitation coming overnight, and then a chance of some showers rematerializing in the afternoon that could fall in a variety of forms. Some snow, some graupels, some rain. High temperature of just 49 degrees. 57 is our average high. There is a warming trend in our forecast, but it's going to take a while to get here. I'll let you know what to expect in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Chris, thank you. Workers at the Starbucks near Shanto Park High School are trying to unionize. If approved, they would become part of Starbucks Workers United that already represents more than 200 stores and 7,500 baristas across the country. The union says it's fighting against Starbucks' hour cuts, inadequate staffing, and refusal to bargain with them in good faith. The company responding, saying in part at those stores where our partners have chosen to petition for a union representation election, our focus is to ensure that they can trust the process is fair and their voice is heard.
Gas prices are again on the rise, and experts say it's only going to get worse. Right now, the national average is $3.67 a gallon. That's according to AAA, but don't expect to pay anywhere near that in Washington State, where a gallon is averaging $4.50. That number is mostly being driven up by the west side, with prices in Spokane County averaging $4.16 a gallon. Prices are much better in Idaho, averaging $3.57 across the state and $3.51 a gallon in Kootenai County. Oil topped $80 a barrel, following more than a dozen oil-producing countries announcing they're cutting production. AAA also says increased demand could be a factor. Well, are you thinking about putting your home on the market? A lot of people are, and you may want to do it soon.
A new bill making its way through the House could increase how much you're paying to sell your house, with the goal of helping ease the state's housing crisis. 4 News Now's Natalie Grant joins us live in studio to break down how much more you could pay. Natalie.
Well, yeah, guys, House Bill 1628, or the Affordable Housing Act, has its positives and its downsides when it comes to how much you're paying for taxes. Now, first, it increases the threshold for homes that will be taxed for the lowest rate of $525,000 to $750,000. It also adds on 0.5 percentage increase for properties selling more than $3 million. And it's not just those big ticket homes that will be impacted, though. The bill also allows local governments to implement their own increase of 0.25% for sellers across the board in their communities. But in the end, it could generate more than $200 million that would all go towards building affordable housing. Buying a house is an investment, one that home buyers hope to cash in on when it comes time to sell. But a proposed hike in Washington's real estate excise tax could impact how much of that money is returning to your pockets.
Based on that median price of $400,000, it'll add $1,000 to the cost to a seller to sell their home.
The bill is aiming to raise taxes and put that money towards making housing more affordable across the state. But local realtors like Tom Hormel say it could do the opposite by deterring sellers.
I see it affecting our housing market. I see some sellers that won't sell because of it. If you can't make what you need to sell out of a home in order to buy the next home or to do what you wanted to do with that, you're just not going to sell.
Now, lawmakers are split. Democrats saying this increase could be the solution to making housing more affordable across the state, funding programs to support the homeless and people with developmental disabilities. Meanwhile, Republicans like Spokane's Representative Mike Voles says that all this bill would do is hurt the sellers.
This has a net increase in the cost of housing in Washington State. All the other bills that we've passed in this space over the last few years, I don't think anybody argues that housing is more affordable and more readily available in Washington State. So these policies like this have failed to achieve those goals.
Looking for a long-term solution to a big-time problem. Now, we did reach out to our local Democratic leaders today for comment on this bill, but they weren't available for an interview. Now, if the Affordable Housing Act does pass before the end of the session, which is coming up on April 23rd, it would not go into effect until January 1st of 2024. Reporting in studio tonight, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Natalie, thank you. Congress is back in session. At the top of the to-do list, raising the debt ceiling.
We'll show you what you can do now to prepare your wallet if they don't vote to raise the nation's credit limit. Coming up. Plus.
Oh, that's a high-speed chase. Yeah. That's a high-speed chase.
It's a pizza delivery like no other. We'll show you how this man helped police put an end to that chase, all while providing great service. Coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We love to save you green.
Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center, same location and family owned since 1928. We're a full-service garden center and everything is locally grown. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for weekly deals. Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center in Spokane's Perry District.
It's time to replace your old tub with a new shower. But you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually it's not. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
We so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. And Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer.
The crowd go crazy.
The RS family of Chevy SUVs. Definitely worth a follow. Get 1.9% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial on all 2023 Equinox models, or get $1,500 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
What if you could take the best of Huckleberries
and drop it into your neighborhood Rosars?
All the Huckleberries exclusive, earth-friendly, healthy options can be found right on the shelves at Rosars. So you can get this here,
or here,
here,
or here,
here,
or here.
Plus, Huckleberries trained associates are available at every store.
The best of Huckleberries now available at Rosars.
Just look for the purple.
In the market for an RV? Do not buy any RV before you shop Clickin' RV. Because Clickin' RV has just acquired over 300 2022 fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and motorhomes. And every one is just $199 over invoice. And take advantage of 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and low interest financing. Plus guaranteed lowest price and lifetime warranty. So don't miss the Clickin' RV Do Not Buy sale. Going on now at all 5 locations, including right here in Spokane.
Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center, 3 generations in the same location since 1928. We have a great selection of geraniums and nonstop begonias, annuals, perennials, vegetable starts, and hanging baskets. We have it all. Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center in Spokane's Perry District.
After sweeping the Colorado Rockies over the weekend, the Seattle Mariners return to the Diamond this evening as they look to continue their hot streak.
But there are still some areas of concern for this team. Alex Crescenti joins us in studio to tell us just how bad the offense has been so far. Alex?
Well, there's a lot to be happy about if you're a Seattle Mariners fan. The team looks like it's settled into what we all thought they can be, and now they find themselves only a game and a half back of first place in the AL West. But on Sunday, it was all about the pitching as the M's squeaked out a 1-0 win against the Rockies. Starting pitcher Luis Castillo was absolutely nails, going 7 innings, giving up only 2 hits while striking out 9, as he continues to be the best in baseball through the first 2 weeks. But on the flip side, the offense was suspect at best during this time, and there aren't too many offensive categories in which Seattle ranks in the top half of the league. Thanks to a 9-run game on Saturday, they were able to move into the top 15 in runs, but when it comes to slugging percentage, on-base percentage, and batting average, they rank in the bottom third of the league, and that's saying something considering the top half of their lineup is solid.
As our players, continue to have success and start to understand how to deal with expectations, you really have to drown out the outside noise. That noise outside is not grounded, nor it just won't be. It's fans. I get it. But our team, we know what we're capable of doing. It's a very close-knit group. It's a group that is, again, with the new additions, they're still learning some of the new guys and how they fit in, but this group is always grounded. They like to get on each other. They keep each other grounded, and that's a good thing.
First pitch between the Mariners and the Brewers is coming up in just a few minutes as Chris Flexen will take the mound for the M's in this one. And we're going to have the highlights and post-game reaction coming up for you on Nightside. Aaron, Kirsten, send it back over to you.
Alex, thank you. New at 6 o'clock, the Seattle Kraken are getting ready for their first playoff appearance in franchise history against reigning champs, Colorado Avalanche. In preparation for tomorrow's game, the team's mascot Bowie, along with multiple super fans, hoisted the team's flag on top of the Space Needle. The team has a bit more to brag about. The Kraken are the second team in NHL history to reach 100 points in one of their first few seasons.
Buoy, I love it. Here are 4 things to know about your forecast. Rain or snow showers overnight and again tomorrow afternoon. It is going to be a breezy Tuesday with cooler than average temperatures. We do have warmer weather on the way by the weekend. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Plant Farm.
Look at this baseball field and this one. How about this one? Which one is next for a 4 News Now Extreme Team Diamonds and Dreams makeover? How about yours? Go to KXLY.com and tell us why your field deserves a makeover. Diamonds and Dreams brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
Kerner Furniture has been a family-run and locally owned business for over 4 decades.
We have seen styles change and furniture technology advance. But the one thing that has stayed constant is our amazing customers.
And that is why during our Customer Appreciation Sale, we invite you to come down and shop our high-quality furniture at sale prices.
Whether you're a longtime customer or new to the area, we want to help make your house a home during Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale.
Going on now.
Kerner Furniture, nice store, low prices.
I just don't think STCU could handle us. We've grown a lot.
Can I be frank with you? Not just because that's my name. Now, we've upgraded our tools, team, and bring a fresh perspective.
So what's your pitch?
Slow down a bit. Growth's great, but uncontrolled growth, now that can be dangerous.
And how could growth be bad?
You ever seen a 6-foot-tall third grader sitting on Santa's lap? It's weird.
This is some sort of reverse psychology.
You can't drive 80 miles per hour down a highway that's not finished. You don't want to eat a grilled cheese.
I would have stopped at the first one.
I didn't know where I was going with that anyways.
I get your point, but I don't need STCU to help us slow down.
True, but we're happy to offer strategy and advice until you do need us. Sometimes, what's best for you doesn't boost our bottom line.
Sounds like STCU actually cares.
We do. All right, 3, 2, 1. Feel like we've had a breakthrough here today. STCU Business. Partner up.
At Colville Toyota, the pups are always sniffing out a deal that works best for you. Plus, our entire team is customer focused.
If you want a hassle-free, simple, easy, enjoyable, and quick customer service, take a scenic drive to Colville Toyota.
We're customer-centered and here to help you with the new Toyota car, SUV, truck, and our mix of certified and used vehicles.
Colville Toyota, where it's easy to buy, easy to do business with.
We're your small-town dealership with a big heart.
Oh my God, Jaeger! Oh my God, Jaeger! There's a high-speed train on my land!
Well, that wasn't your average delivery for one Pennsylvania pizza man. Police say this started when officers started chasing a stolen car. The car drove onto the sidewalk, cut through people's yards, trying to escape, almost hitting multiple cars, including the pizza driver's car. The suspects then get out of the car, and that's when Tyler stepped in.
Started walking towards the road, and I was like, I can't do anything with my hands because I'm holding the pizza, so I just stuck my leg out.
Both of the suspects, including the one who took a tumble, were arrested. As for the pizza, it was delivered safe and sound. Look at that guy. He's got some good footwork right there.
He tripped him.
Just kicks him right in the leg.
And the pizza made it. Wow.
Brave.
Gosh, I am jealous of that green grass and the shorts and the flowers on the trees in that video. We have nothing like that in the forecast. We're headed down to an overnight low around freezing with rain or snow showers overnight. Wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. An unpleasant start to the day tomorrow. 49 for a high tomorrow, almost 10 degrees below average with a chance of showers. And it's going to be one of those days in the afternoon where you may have a rain shower, perhaps some McGraupel. It might snow on you briefly with wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Here's a look at our satellite and radar right now, and we have a band of precipitation working its way up out of Oregon, and that will reach us later tonight with the potential of some more sustained precipitation. It won't last long, an hour if anything, but we have this upper level trough that is going to keep things unsettled beyond the time of that precipitation overnight. So we'll bring in some steadier precipitation overnight, and then once again tomorrow afternoon under this upper level trough, we'll see the showers redeveloping around the region. Hit and miss, but not only rain, we will see the snow showers as well. These polka dot clouds out in the Pacific, cold weather cumulus clouds indicating that very cold air in the upper layers of the atmosphere, and a typical spring-like pattern, but a colder spring weather pattern with some snow accumulation throughout the entire western United States. This takes us through Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Most of our snow accumulation will be in the higher terrain. If you do get a little bit of snow at your house in the morning, it will likely melt very, very quickly. Certainly the roads and most of the grassy surfaces around the region are warm enough that that shouldn't last. Forecast radar, once again, we bring in the band of precipitation. Here's 1 a.m. overnight. By 1 a.m. already seeing it transition to snow in some spots, and then it is much more hit and miss. 6 o'clock in the morning, we're keeping most of those snow showers in North Idaho or in the Northeast Mountains and down through the central panhandle where we have that winter weather advisory. Your wind speed tomorrow, sustained at 15 miles per hour, potentially right on through the evening, gusts to 25 miles per hour. Overnight lows tonight down around freezing in Spokane, a little bit warmer, a few more clouds in North Idaho. Tuesday's highs will be below average. We'll be in the 40s in many locations. Your planning forecast, we have a warming trend that takes us up into the 60-degree range by Saturday and Sunday. Looks like we'll stay dry for at least part of the weekend, and then more showers on Sunday and Monday. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. New at 6 o'clock, as Congress returns from spring break, lawmakers are staring down a long list of critical issues. At the top, raising the nation's debt ceiling.
CNN's Mike Valerio explains what you can do now to protect yourself from the fallout of a possible debt ceiling showdown.
A financial crisis may be looming.
If it did happen, it would have very, very negative impact.
As lawmakers in Washington have yet to come to an agreement on raising the nation's debt ceiling.
I understand the politics, but there is a time when the higher interest of a nation has to prevail.
Democrats are seeking a clean bill to increase the country's borrowing capacity, but House Republicans want to leverage their slim majority to win concessions on spending from the White House.
A no strings attached debt limit increase will not pass.
That kind of discussion, the cuts, belongs in a discussion about the budget, not as a precondition for avoiding default.
A default on U.S. debt payments would cut off the U.S. Treasury from borrowing, potentially affecting Social Security payments, veterans benefits, and federal employees' salaries, among others. To guard your finances in case of a potential default, Bankrate's Greg McBride advises paying down your debt and building up emergency savings.
Unfortunately, we're hostage to this because there aren't a whole lot of action steps that we as consumers can take to fully insulate ourselves.
And says the political brinksmanship alone is damaging.
Even if it gets solved at the 11th hour, markets get nervous. And when that happens, there's less incentive or less appetite for risk.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
SUVs. Wendell Nissan has them. Murano, Rogue, Pathfinder, Armada. Even certified pre-owned Nissan SUVs. Some with 0% financing. The best service at the best prices. It's SUV month at Wendell Nissan.
Winning the $56,000 Fred's appliance upgrade at Northern Quest could change a lot about your kitchen. But eating your feelings in front of the fridge at 2 a.m.? Oof, that's still on you. Don't miss the $56,000 appliance upgrade at Northern Quest. every Thursday in April. Get one free entry daily with your Camas Rewards card and play for even more. Details at northernquest.com.
With prices of natural gas and propane skyrocketing, your heating bill is getting out of control. But before you turn down the heat, give the experts at Bill's Heating and Air a call. They have the latest in dual fuel technology to keep your family comfortable and utility bills low. And there's never been a better time to upgrade because now every furnace purchase comes with a free AC or heat pump. So call Bill's Heating today to get your free heat pump while supplies last.
I'm Jonah, and I'd like to welcome you to the brand new Coeur d'Alene Nissan. You'll find the grand dealership lobby open, comfortable, and relaxing. A service center with state-of-the-art equipment committed to getting you quickly and safely back on the road. There's much more to experience. I'm inviting you to stop in and see us. We're just off Highway 95 in Coeur d'Alene.
Hey, Greens. How's everything going today?
Hey, Robert. We're good. Just checking in on that car loan we applied for.
No worries. Let me pull that up. Yep. Looks like you're approved and all set.
Hey, that's great news.
So, you headed over to the dealership now?
Yep. Just gotta make one stop first.
And we got a great rate, too.
SUVs. Wendell Nissan has them. Murano, Rogue, Pathfinder, Armada. Even certified pre-owned Nissan SUVs. Some with 0% financing. The best service at the best prices. It's SUV month at Wendell Nissan.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
New at 6 o'clock, the $6 billion defamation lawsuit against Fox News filed by Dominion Voting Systems has been delayed until tomorrow.
The case centers on whether Fox News acted with malice against Dominion by spreading false claims that the company's machines changed votes during the 2020 presidential election. ABC's Morgan Norwood in Delaware with more on the delay and what we could see in tomorrow's court.
This afternoon, questions surrounding the last-minute delay of Dominion Voting Systems' $1.6 billion lawsuit against Fox News Channel. The judge did not give a reason, instead simply saying the trial will now begin on Tuesday, calling a delay like this not unusual. Judge Eric Davis's announcement comes hours after the Wall Street Journal, owned by Fox Corporation Chairman Rupert Murdoch, reported that Fox made a late push to settle the dispute out of court. But today, the judge making no mention of a potential settlement talk, saying it's a 6-week trial. Things happen. Dominion's case hinges on its ability to convince the jury that Fox News knowingly pushed false conspiracy theories that the voting machine company somehow rigged the 2020 presidential election in Joe Biden's favor in order to retain viewers upset over Donald Trump's election loss.
Disturbing irregularities have been found.
Fox News has defended its coverage, claiming the suit is a political crusade in search of a financial windfall. But the judge has already determined everything Fox News said on air about Dominion was clearly false, ruling Fox cannot argue it was merely repeating allegations pushed by former President Trump and his allies because they were newsworthy.
Dominion established the falsity of these news stories. And so this jury is going to be instructed. They don't have to decide whether a lie was told. This jury is just going to be told, or it's going to be asked to resolve whether or not Fox News or its parent published these stories with actual malice.
All eyes now on the witness stand, where the channel's biggest on-air stars like Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson are expected to testify. And there's some indication that the trial could be moving forward here. Fox is asking the judge to reconsider an earlier ruling for trial and a new filing from both sides on proposed jury instructions. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Wilmington, Delaware.
We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including the latest on the 16-year-old teen who was shot in the head for knocking on the wrong door. Plus,
more money to education in Idaho. Coming up, we'll break down a recent investment by Governor Little.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
And now a joke from Yolk's Fresh Market. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta.
Looking for some fun? Then come play for the day at the Coeur d'Alene Casino and discover new ways to win big inside the new Discovery Den, the first and only video game testing room in the U.S. with many of the top manufacturers in the world under one roof, where you get to play them first and decide which games stay and which ones don't. You will set the trends for the future of gaming, only at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome home. Living in the Inland Northwest has its advantages, and one of those is working with amazing people who dedicate their time and efforts to help others. STCU's Volunteers Count is a program to say thank you for this service and inspire others to give back too. Please tell us about a volunteer at a local nonprofit that inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate them. Help us showcase those people who give of their time and truly make a difference. Volunteers Count, brought to you by 4 News Now and STCU.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we simply don't do that.
We ain't no big city slickers with second stickers.
It's business as usual.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Check out our website at cdahonda.com.
Here's to the Hoofersnoots, the Bauhoppers, and the Cluckerfloofs. Here's to all the happy animals that make the fresh foods that make us happy. Many of them living right here on local farms.
Next ET.
I'm really excited.
The new era of live is here. We're on set with Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. Plus,
it just feels right.
Chris Evans and Ana de Armas together again and full of sexiest man alive jokes.
How sexy are you?
So many things, yeah. I get it now.
Then our exclusive with Bob Hart's Abby Shola's Billy Gardell, his weight loss journey 150 pounds lighter.
I have a few critiques about being skinny.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Governor Brad Little in North Idaho today. He spoke about investments to infrastructure, education, and property taxes.
A bill Governor Little recently signed brings $117 million in property tax relief. Governor Little also praised the state for making the largest investment in teacher pay for public schools. Our Vanessa Perez breaks down the pay bump.
Governor Little says education is his top priority. He brought up a recent investment that bumps the teacher starting rate up 16%. Teachers starting out their career in Idaho could be paid up to $48,000 a year. Little says those wages are the closest they've ever been to Washington.
We want to make it to where our best and brightest see that, get a sparkle in their eye to want to go back to their local communities and work in the classroom. So we've got to respect them, and we've got to compensate them and provide them benefits.
The state is hoping the pay bump attracts educators.
Send that message to the high school kids out there today that they need to get into that noble profession of public education. That public education, and you can't do that if you don't say you'll be able to make a good living as a teacher.
Meanwhile, this ProPublica article sheds light on Idaho schools being the worst funded in the country. Some community members' hesitation to fund public schools with state taxpayer dollars doesn't help the situation. Just last month, people in Coeur d'Alene voted no to a supplemental levy, which could lead to massive cuts in the district. Little says the state's recent investment to property tax relief could be the answer.
That's why I'm paying for sewer, water, roads, school benefits, school pay, is so it lessens the property tax load on people to where they'll be more inclined to want to support a property tax to support their schools.
Little says he plans to have a robust conversation about funding for education going into the future. Reporting in Hayden, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Here's a live look over Spokane with overcast conditions right now. We have the chance of some light rain or snow overnight tonight. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Rain or snow showers overnight, a breezy day tomorrow. Cooler than average conditions, but we are warming up as we get closer to the weekend. I'll tell you more about that in just a bit. But first, we take a look at our satellite and radar, and we're waiting for a band of precipitation approaching the region. We will see an increase in our odds of rain as early as 8 o'clock, but that really gets ramping up around midnight. It is going to be short-lived, this precipitation, and again, falling in a variety of forms, both rain and snow, before tapering off early tomorrow morning, at least temporarily, because we have more showers developing in the afternoon tomorrow. A winter weather advisory until 11 o'clock tomorrow for the central panhandle for 1 to 3 inches of snow, regardless of elevation there, although the heavier snow will be in the mountains. Your Tuesday planner, the chance of showers back in the forecast in the afternoon. Rain, snow, graupel, all possible. It is going to be a cool day. Temperatures close to 10 degrees below average. I will tell you about the potential for warmer weather in the forecast and have your 8 to 14 day outlook in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. The Department of Justice has come to agreement with Spokane Public Schools, saying the district will now stop isolating and restraining students with disabilities. Instead, the schools will come up with new behavioral plans and train schools to respond appropriately to student behavior. It's in accordance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Now, SPS can only restrain a student when their behavior poses an imminent likelihood of serious harm to themselves or others.
Also new tonight, we're learning more about what caused this ferry to run aground near Seattle, leaving hundreds of passengers stranded for hours. According to the Washington State Ferries, the generator aboard the Walla Walla failed, causing the ship to lose power. There were more than 600 passengers and crew members on board at the time when the boat sailed into the sandbar. WSF telling KOMO News that they are checking to see if the propeller of the ship was damaged and will likely be out of service for the next few days. At least 500,000 people in the U.S. have Parkinson's disease. That's according to the National Institutes of Health. That number is likely much higher because many people are misdiagnosed.
Typically, it isn't diagnosed until physical symptoms appear, like tremors, trouble balancing. New lab tests may be changing that. The new test can detect traces of a key protein that abnormally clumps in the brain of a person with Parkinson's disease. One test looks for seeds of the protein in spinal fluid. A large study by the Michael J. Fox Foundation found that overall, the test correctly identified people with Parkinson's disease 88% of the time and correctly ruled it out 96% of the time.
The real key here is that it offers the opportunity to develop treatments prior to the onset of symptoms so that we might ultimately be able to prevent the symptoms of Parkinson's disease.
Another test that's been available since 2019 for the disease using traces of protein in the skin. Around the nation, an 85-year-old white man shot a black teen after he accidentally went to the wrong address to pick up his siblings.
The prosecutor says there was a racial component to the case, also saying, quote, "We understand how frustrating this has been, but I can assure you the criminal justice system is working and will continue to work," end quote. The shooting sparked outrage across the country as 16-year-old Ralph Yarl recovers at home.
Justice all around! Ralph will feel a lot of love, because this is a lot of people. It's amazing.
You do have a police department that is listening, that cares, and we take all of these cases seriously.
If convicted, the shooter faces up to life in prison.
A new at 6:30 in Washington, D.C., thousands of people marched on Capitol Hill demanding a ban on assault weapons, saying something needs to be done about the spike in mass shootings across the country. Keelisle Lynn has more.
Fed up with the steady flow of mass shootings in the U.S., these protesters came to Washington with a unified message for Congress.
It's your first day back in session. Please listen to the majority of Americans who want a federal ban on assault weapons now.
Katie Brantner created the advocacy group March 4th 9 months ago after a mass shooting near her home outside Chicago. This crowd of mostly women expressed concerns about the safety of their children, like McLean resident and mother of two, Brianna Cox.
It's very hard to send my son to school knowing the dangers of guns, and this just needs to stop.
So they pressed on toward the Capitol and encountered support along the way. Laura and Matt Druyan have a young son and also want stricter gun laws.
At this point, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that
we had an assault weapons ban in the 90s. It expired in, 2004. It worked for 10 years, and it's never been renewed. It's been 20 years now.
The nonprofit Gun Violence Archive estimates more than 12,000 people have died to gun violence this year alone. Carrying the photos of those lost to guns, these protesters say the killing must end.
it's not political. There are Republicans here, there are Democrats here, there are independents here. Weapons of war don't belong in civilian hands.
There's new evidence that's shown that mass shootings have had a ripple effect on Americans' mental health. Research published this year shows the negative impact may extend beyond the survivors and affected community to a much broader population. A CDC-funded study found a mental health crisis line saw a spike in messages referencing guns and other firearms-related terms just after the Uvalde, Texas school shooting. There's also a recent survey from the Kaiser Family Foundation showing gun violence has more broadly affected most families in the U.S. in one way or another.
Well, after Domantas Sabonis got the best of Klay Thompson and the Warriors in Game 1, the two will return tonight as Golden State looks to even up the series in the NBA playoffs. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti has a preview of the matchup between the former Zag and Coug.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Diamonds and Dreams is proudly sponsored by AutoNation Chevrolet in the Spokane Valley.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Heart-pounding design. Intelligent technology, courageous performance. Discover a new world of possibilities in the Lexus RX. Never lose your edge.
I just don't think STCU could handle us. We've grown a lot.
Can I be frank with you? Not just because that's my name. Now, we've upgraded our tools, team, and bring a fresh perspective.
So what's your pitch?
Slow down a bit. Growth's great, but uncontrolled growth, now that can be dangerous.
And how could growth be bad?
You ever seen a 6-foot-tall third grader sitting on Santa's lap? It's weird.
This is some sort of reverse psychology.
You can't drive 80 miles per hour down a highway that's not finished. You don't want to eat a grilled cheese.
I would have stopped at the first one.
I didn't know where I was going with that anyways.
I get your point, but I don't need STCU to help us slow down.
True, but we're happy to offer strategy and advice until you do need us. Sometimes, what's best for you doesn't boost our bottom line.
Sounds like STCU actually cares.
We do. All right, 3, 2, 1. Feel like we've had a breakthrough here today. STCU Business. Partner up.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
Raid on the reptiles.
No! Oh my God!
Next Inside Edition. They were looking for illegal pythons, but they killed the wrong snake. The owner can't believe what just happened.
It's heart-wrenching.
What's wrong with you guys?
Then, shocking new revelations about the accused national security leaker. Next Inside Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Hey, look at that. Wow, that is a flex in the arm. That's Chris Crocker with the throw, and it's good. That was a strike.
I'm so glad you couldn't see where that went.
Some creative editing, maybe. that was Saturday at the Spokane Indians game. Chris throwing out the first pitch. She did better than the other guy.
Yeah.
That's all we got to say.
It didn't bounce.
Didn't bounce.
Went straight to the catcher. It was great. We were all cheering for you,
Kind
Chris.
of knocked him back a little bit.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I wasn't expecting the speed and the power behind that throw.
That is what, you know, I love the Indians so much, and that was fun, but not good at pitching. But it did get somewhere within the vicinity of the catcher, just nowhere near where a batter would ever have any hope to hit it. No precipitation today at the airport. We're running more than 2 inches below average year to date. We've got a shower here, a shower there in the forecast, but nothing meaningful in terms of precipitation. 51 our high today, 57 is our average high, below average temperatures. Again, that is going to be the theme of this work week, but we're gaining on it. Here's our temperature trend over the next 7 days. This white line is average, and it's heading up into the 60s by this time next week. We're going to be down here in the 40s tomorrow, but a little bit warmer each day until finally we're going to be right around average for the weekend and into early next week. And that may be the trend finally. Here's a look at our outlook for the end of April and the first day of May. I can't believe we're already there. And you'll notice the inland Northwest is sandwiched in between some warmer than average temperatures to the east and to the west along the coast, below average temperatures. We're in the gray. So boy, average would be awesome right now. That's, again, right around 60 degrees. Precipitation wise, also around average. But I tell you, this time of year, those showers certainly give us hope for an easy fire season, so I won't comment either way. Tonight we have some snow moving in, and here's a look at the computer model in terms of the amount expected. It'll be piling up in the mountains of the central panhandle. Valleys may get some minor accumulations. However, you'll have to measure quickly, because just about as quickly as it might accumulate, it will melt. Road temperatures certainly are well above freezing, and even our overnight lows are going to be above freezing in many locations. We'll be down around 32 degrees in Spokane. Tomorrow afternoon, we have the chance of some showers once again, rain, snow, possibly some graupel. They'll be very hit and miss. Again on Wednesday, may see some afternoon showers. We're just in the instability of an upper level trough. Then as we get into the weekend, we are dry Saturday, 61 on Sunday with a chance of showers, but only about a 30% chance of rain on Monday. It's going to start to feel even more like spring after another step back, 2 steps forward, heading toward the weekend. Aaron.
Chris, thank you. New at 6:30, getting around national parks is about to get a little easier. Google Maps will now help you navigate your way around the park you're visiting and guide you to landmarks. You will also be able to access trail routes and get walking and biking directions. The updated app will also let you download a park map that you can use even without internet access.
A reminder about a couple of Idaho construction projects that started today. Crews are resurfacing Interstate 90, 4 miles east of 4th of July Pass. All traffic will be running on the eastbound side while the work is being done on the westbound lanes. There will only be 1 lane each open for each direction, so plan to leave a little earlier. And after the resurfacing, there are plans to put up a new concrete barrier in the median. All the work should be done by October.
East of Rathdrum, crews will be adding right and left turn lanes at the intersection of Highway 53 and Ramsey Road. The highway will also be reduced to 1 lane going each way. Project expected to wrap up by September. And local agencies are reminding Eastern Washington drivers to slow down in those work zones. Through April 22nd, patrols will focus on a law that requires drivers to move over or slow down for emergency or work zones.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Horizon Credit Union is dedicated to giving back because your path is our purpose. Banking at Horizon does good in the community. Discover the difference. Visit us today at hzcu.org/discover.
Bill's Heating and Air, your locally owned, factory direct and voted #1 HVAC contractor, wants to become your go-to heating and air conditioning company. We offer free estimates and next-day installs. And now, we will beat any and all written estimates from any other licensed contractor. Yeah, you heard right. We will beat any other written estimate. Oh, and did I mention we have a 10-year parts and labor guarantee? Call now for your free estimate.
It's the spring perennial sale at Ritter's Garden and Gift. 20% off all perennials. Flowers, foliage plants, grasses, and more. It's our best perennial sale of the year. While you're here, explore acres of plants and greenhouses full of blooms. Shop exquisite sculptures and plant containers. Discover tempting gift ideas too. Live life beautifully. Ritter's Garden and Gift on North Division.
Lease a new 2022 Buick Encore for just $199 a month. It's perfectly sized to handle whatever life throws at you. The Encore features premium LED lighting, game-changing cargo space, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, advanced safety technologies, and more. The Encore will get you there in comfort and style. Visit us online at GuyBuickGMC.com or come see us for a test drive. We're just off I-90 at George Guy Buick GMC, the top volume GMC Buick dealer in Washington State.
I'm Mark Peterson with the 4 News Now Extreme Team. Are you planning a home or a building remodel or repair project? Asbestos fibers may be present in roofing, insulation, flooring, ceiling textures, siding, and many other products. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or hiring a contractor, all parties are responsible for following the requirements. Prior to work, a survey must be done to see if asbestos is present. If it is, it must be left alone or properly removed and disposed of. Contact Spokane Clean Air for more information.
Horizon Credit Union is dedicated to giving back because your path is our purpose. Banking at Horizon does good in the community. Discover the difference. Visit us today at hzcu.org/discover.
4 News Now is brought to you by wogrant.org.
We've talked a lot over the last few weeks about all the departures from the Gonzaga men's basketball program to this point, but there are slowly some new faces coming in. Today, the school making it official that Eastern Washington transfer Steele Venters will be joining the team for the 2023-2024 season. Venters was named the Big Sky Player of the Year after averaging more than 15 points a game and shooting better than 37% from beyond the arc, all while helping the Eagles get to the conference regular season title. That included an 18-game winning streak. The Ellensburg native still has 2 years of eligibility left to use. And in the NBA, former Gonzaga Bulldog Domantas Sabonis and Washington State Cougar Klay Thompson treated us to one of the best games over the weekend as the Sacramento Kings eked out a win over the defending champion Warriors in Game 1 of the first round of the playoffs. Thompson finished with 21 points and 6 rebounds, while Sabonis added 12 of his own. Now the Kings will look to take control of the series, but both knowing this is going to be a battle.
The game seemed to slow down as the series progressed, so it just gets a little more physical and a little more ugly at times, and it's the playoffs. You got to win any way you can.
We just got to lock in more, you know. Obviously, we won the game, but there were a lot of moments where we could have done a better job defensively. They took away some things on offense, and we're going to try and help each other out more on the court.
So Game 2 between the Kings and the Warriors is coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to have the full highlights for you coming up on Nightside. And staying with another former Zag, Rui Hachimura had himself a day yesterday as he scored 29 points in the Los Angeles Lakers Game 1 win over the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round of the playoffs. And those were an efficient 29 points as he finished 11 of 14 from the field, including 4 made three-pointers. That's the most points in a Lakers playoff game off the bench since Klay Thompson's dad, Michael, did it in 1988.
It's just, you know, before the game, the coaches, you know, everybody, you know, including Phil and like Braun and AD, like they gave me all the green lights, you know, to shoot all those shots, you know, because they told me I'm a good shooter, and so like I wasn't confident, you know, I was very comfortable in shooting those threes, so yeah.
Rui and the Lakers will return back to the court on Wednesday for Game 2 against Memphis as teams that go up 2-0 in a series win more than 92% of the time. Aaron, Kirsten, I'm going to send it back over to you.
Alex, thank you. With spring in full swing, even though it may not feel like it yet, local nurseries are ready with all of your outdoor gardening needs. Barn and Blossom on the South Hill just opened for the season last week. And when you visit, you'll find it's more than just a plant nursery. Located on East Jamison Road, just off the Palouse Highway, it is a plant nursery, an events venue, and an Airbnb all wrapped into one. Owner Casey Eason says he and his family bought Barn and Blossom 4 years ago and gave it an upgrade to offer more as the weather gets warmer.
We just upgraded the property to allow for food trucks and kind of create a gathering place and a venue for other events.
Barn and Blossom can be booked for events and weddings, and the Airbnb is already filling up fast for the summer. The nursery opened late this year because of the cold, wet spring. Eason says he's told customers, though, that now is a good time to plant your trees because of the extra moisture, and not a good time to plant tomatoes or other sensitive plants. For more information on Barn and Blossom, see the story now on KXLY.com. The YMCA's biggest fundraiser of the year is this Saturday.
Fit for a Purpose is in its 11th year. The fundraiser gives people the option to participate in different YMCA activities to support the YMCA and its missions. Create a team and raise money to support programs like early learning education, youth sports, Camp Read scholarships, and more. What you need to know if you want to participate and support the cause tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
No matter where you are in your financial journey, we're here to help you along the way. Open a free Ascend checking account and you can earn 3.50% APY on balances up to $15,000 with no minimum balance required. Bring your finances to new heights with our checking that pays you dividends. Get your account today at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Winning the $56,000 Fred's appliance upgrade at Northern Quest could change a lot about your kitchen. But eating your feelings in front of the fridge at 2 a.m.? Oof, that's still on you. Don't miss the $56,000 appliance upgrade at Northern Quest every Thursday in April. Get one free entry daily with your Camus Rewards card and play for even more. Details at northernquest.com.
Performance. It's what powers the 2023 family of Mazda CUVs. With standard I-Active all-wheel drive and an available turbo engine. Helping you take performance further.
With effortless power and the reliability of I-Active all-wheel drive, Mazda CUVs are built for the Pacific Northwest. Take a test drive today at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
The last thing you want people thinking about when they're in their golden years is money. We have a new family member living with us, which is my mother-in-law, Kathleen. She has had MS since my husband's been 6. We have our caregivers that come into the home and help out with her. She gets showers every day. Walk Cares is a really unique program. As you get older, you're still cared for and you're still valuable. It's just great to know that if needed, Walk Cares will be there for them.
Your life revolves around your home, family, and backyard. It's your world. Shape your world with the Plant Farm. They'll help you select the healthiest plants, flowers, shrubs, and trees for your backyard. Enhance your patios and front entrance with the stunning Plant Farm signature hanging baskets. And shape your world indoors with the largest selection of unique specialty houseplants. Shape your world with the Plant Farm, because life is better in the garden.
4 News Now is brought to you by Granite Concepts of Lewiston.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, leaked documents suggest there were 4 additional Chinese spy balloons that the American people were not aware of.
And a teenager was shot in the head and arm for knocking on the wrong door while trying to pick up his younger brothers. Prosecutors believe there was a, quote, racial component. We'll have more on Nightside.
Rain, snow, or graupel showers possible tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be a cool, breezy day, a high only in the 40s with wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour, and then a warming trend in our forecast. We'll be back up around average by the weekend.
Nothing grabs your attention faster than the S word.
Yeah, I thought that too today.
Snow showers.
Snow showers. Not really gonna hurt me.
It's gonna warm up eventually.
One of these days.
And I'm there for it. See you at 11 o'clock.